Niels, first game I play good. I choose really good save. My country is near, is Malaga. I come to Malaga. Every year I come, I don't know how many, but a lot of friends. Very important. I want to play for all friends.
There was a lot of pressure there because I thought I was going to go home. So, I mean, I took advantage of the opportunities that she gave me back. So it was a big win for me.
Everybody knows who is Shane. He's big favorite in every tournament. But race to 7, winner break, 9 ball, everything is possible.
He beat me a couple years back. So I'm looking to, take a revenge.
Talking us through our first quarter-final at the World Pool Masters, Carl Boyce and Phil Yates.
Tom, thank you very much indeed. An Elite 8 are still on the rock. But who will roll their rock the best this afternoon? I just get the impression, Carl, that after that major scare against Han Yu
First rack,
yesterday,
race to 7, winner breaks, Shane Van Boening to break.
Shane Van Boening, who's won the lag here and will break off, is bound to exhibit lots of freedom.
Yeah, as you said, Phil, escaped a little scare against Han Yu from China. And this will be the first time in this event he plays a gentleman.
It's not the first time he's decimated the balls on the break-off. What a start.
Yeah, we've seen it so many times. SVB, clinical on the break shot. And David Alcaide, a couple of good wins under his belt, but he knows he's got to step his game up even more.
I must admit, I just love watching Van Boening play. When he's in full cry, there's no one better to watch. And the cue ball there has travelled just about far enough. That's absolutely okay.
And I've got a little bit of inside information for you. Shane Van Boening this morning has had 3 hours solid practice before this match.
He is the consummate pro, you're right. Talented, yes. Good nerve, yes. And the other box he ticks, dedicated. That's why he's right at the top of the tree.
Yeah, and he's one of them players, as the event goes deeper, he's got the ability to turn it up a notch or two. It's a funny kind of feeling when you play one of the lady players, because you kind of think if you lose, you're going to get a little bit of stick off your mate. Couple missed, haven't we, Phil?
We have indeed, and I think that enhances the tournament when you see a few 9 balls missed. Just adds to the mystique, and you wonder whether we can
Rack
see
2.
some more.
Shane Van Boening to break, leading 1-0.
So the formula for Shane Van Boening, more of the same, please.
As we get to have another look at probably the game's greatest breaker.
See what you've done?
As soon as I said it, I knew the commentator's curse.
All those years, Carl, when you were playing and you heard us say the commentator's curse, you used to say, what a lot of rubbish that is. But it really does exist.
I've said 5 or 6 things and it's all gone against me, so it definitely exists. Now David's got a long shot at this 1 ball. It's a natural path towards the 2, so you can kind of just concentrate on the pot. Gets back up. Somebody has a little cough or something.
The worst possible scenario. He missed the 1 by quite some distance. And worse still, the 1 ball has come to rest unmissably over the middle pocket.
Yeah, he didn't really get close to that one. A little bit more pace, and as you could see, it might have fell in the middle, not the intended pocket. Now, Shane's got a little bit of work to do. Off the 3 ball, he'd love to get anywhere around this circle. Obviously the red 3 balls over the top pocket, so he's going to come 3 rails. Anywhere in the circle would be lovely. SVB very good at keeping the pressure on, and he'll know the importance of this rack after Alcaide's missed 1 ball. Great shot.
Well, he's smack in the middle of your circle. Absolutely superb.
His shot or my circle, Phil?
Both, mate.
A 5-time US Open champion, and he did that in 10 years. That is truly remarkable.
Carl, you've had a very deep run in a US Open in the past. Just tell the viewers how tough it is, these marathon runs of first to 11. You've got to play so many matches to do well, and to win 1 of them, it's a major accomplishment. To win 5, extraordinary.
Yeah, it is a brutal format. It's a race to 11. And it's played over many days, long days as well. Double elimination. And he looks really good here. Played a lot of nice shots, perfect line.
Well, you know, It will be promoted by Matchroom Multisport. The dates, 21st to the 26th of April.
Thank you, rack 3.
Mandalay Bay, Las
Van
Vegas.
Boening into break,
Can't
leading
wait.
2 racks to 0.
Now what kind of looked like a sort of cut break in the last rack. Let's see if he changes it or keeps it the same. Yeah, I think that's his best way of breaking, where he parks the cue ball in the centre. A little bit unfortunate, because I do believe the brown 7 was coming his way.
And that was tantalising because for a while he must have thought the 1 was on, and then the 7 just blocks the path.
This is a big shot to take on if he's playing the combo. Not easy at all. What a shot. So much distance there. Controlled it to perfection.
As anyone who plays Q Sports know, hitting one ball into another to knock it in is tough enough, but get a third ball involved.
He didn't hit that clean, it took a little wobble, and that's what's caused him to not land on this 2 in the intended pocket. Good news for Shane though is it's not fell too bad.
Extension called.
Just a reminder, there is a 30-second shot clock in operation, but in each rack both players can take one 30-second extension, and Van Boening is doing that here. Quite often he does that, Carl, on the shot he believes will be the shot that unlocks the rack.
Yeah, I would suggest that's a very good plan to have. There's no point in wasting valuable seconds on a kind of obvious, easy shot. So as you just said, when it's rack ball, use your extension.
A different kind of match this for Shane Van Boening. He's been playing catch-up in his first 2. 2-0 down against Kelly Fisher. 6-3 down against Han Yu. Here, though, he's taking the lead. And a sizable lead it is, too.
Yeah, going back to the Han Yu match, in pool tournaments, usually the winner can look back and think, I dodged a little bullet somewhere. And when Shane missed that 2 ball, Han Yu did have a chance to beat him, but
She didn't. Van Boening still standing, and now he's prospering. He leads Spain's David Alcaide by 3 racks to 0. More World Pool Masters in a moment.
Thank you, rack
Sunday
4.
on the southern
Van
tip
Boening into break,
of
leading
Europe.
3 racks to 0.
And a European is finding issues against an American in the first quarter-final of the Dafabet World Pool Masters. Shane Van Boening has looked pretty smoky so far in taking a 3-0 lead over David Alcaide.
Yeah, and we get to see his next play again. Park the cue ball, gets a little kiss.
Well, in the third rack, he played an extravagant combo to start his run out. This would be even more extravagant, I think, even for Shane Van Boening. It's a no-no.
Yeah, he's having a look because he's going to maybe try and play off the left side of the yellow 1 ball to then pot the red 3 ball with the cue ball. Again, very difficult shot. This time doesn't work.
The problem with that, of course, he was taking a risk and he was guaranteed to leave a lot of distance. Had he potted the 3, a lot of distance to pop the 1 down here. Now it's Alcaide's turn to try and pull that off. Yes, no problem.
Yeah, you just feel like this is a must-win rack for David. He's got a good chance now. Ball sat fairly nice. No real problems. Just a case of cue ball control.
Against a player of Van Boening's stature, status, calibre, these are the chances you simply have to take. No ifs, buts or maybes. If you don't, you're going home.
Nice shot there, elected to screw around a couple of rails behind the 7 and the 6, made it a bigger target. This is just a case of making sure you leave yourself an angle on the 7. You don't want to be straight, or that looks pretty good to me. And even though Shane's 3-0 up, with David breaking in the next one, it can soon be 3-2 and you're back in the match. He had a little bit of a shake of his head there, didn't he, Phil? He just landed on a funky little angle.
Well, it's a shot he will fancy, but it's a shot he could easily miss.
I'm sat right behind it and all. I'll know if it's in before him. It's there. Good shot.
As clean as a whistle from David Alcaide, just what he needed. His fans re-energised. Alcaide opens his account. Van Boening pushed out the boat and was made to pay the price. Van Boening had pulled off a combination at the start of the third rack. There, Was aggression the best order of the day? That's the way he plays. That's his mindset. We can't criticise that. But suddenly, Van Boening's total domination has been shattered. Bear in mind, it's a winner breaks format. Alcaide breaking off in the 5th, and that could be a turning point.
Yeah, as you said, it was a big shot to take on, but, you know, he's feeling good. Little boy there on TV, all smiles.
Cheeky chappy. It was a very long time ago. I remember my first visit to a professional cue sports event, the 1972 World Championship
Rack five.
final.
Wow.
When I was 9 years old,
Tell him one rack to
about the
three.
same age as that lad. Alex Higgins, John Spencer. One session I went to, Selly Park, British Legion, 1972. Different world.
Wow. Is there any pictures of that final available to see?
Oh yeah, there are pictures about, definitely.
Yeah.
The venue doesn't exist anymore, by the way.
I was -10 then, Phil. Now he's made a ball. You can see the one ball. It's thin, but it's definitely makeable, and the cue ball's going to be coming round down towards this 2. And it will go in the left middle and the left hand top pocket, the same as this one ball's going to hopefully go. Good pot. Did flick the 6, and he is on this 2, albeit it's on the rail and it's very straight. This one's a test of cueing. Stay very still and just make the ball. Guaranteed position on the 3. And there it is.
He delivered the cue quite straight there. Just a split second after the moment of contact, his knees seemed to buckle as though he'd missed it, but it went in, no problem whatsoever.
That's the thing with 9-ball pool. That's the beauty of our game. You can look like you're going to run away with a match, be faced with a very difficult shot, miss the shot, and you might not get back out your chair for 2 or 3 racks, and the crowd will certainly be getting louder the more David runs these racks off. That was a little bit snatchy. They'd like to come another foot. We've seen Ko Ping Yi miss sort of rack match ball, it was actually, in this pocket. It was a little bit thinner than this one, but David doesn't miss it. Plays up for the middle, give himself more options. Well, more margin for error, not options, because he's got such a big target where he can land in, where he's guaranteed a shot on this brown 7 in the middle. Again, Phil, a little bit shy.
Yes, there's pressure on this. Should get it, mind you.
Yeah, good thing is from the angle of the 9, the pocket will play more generous.
His fans are loving this. He's always had a big cheering section here in Gibraltar, just across the border from Spain. And David Alcaide is back in this. Make no mistake, it's now 3-2. And Shane Van Benning's decision to take on that risky carom now being brought into sharp focus. He got total control of the match at 3-0. Good safety there, he would have remained in control. But David Alcaide is not complaining.
Yeah, the 1 ball and the 2 ball in that rack, very good. They were the shots of the rack. And it's now 3-2. David Alcaide to break.
And we can't overstate, Carl, the importance to the whole feel of these matches to this winners break format. If it was alternate break, completely different.
Yeah, absolutely, because obviously every time you win a rack, you've got the break, and as pool players and pool fans, you never know where them balls are going to land. All you can do is try and control the cue ball off the break and pray.
Rack 6.
And Shane Van Beuning himself has already shown that you can win a whole host of racks in succession. He won 7 on the trot in the first round against Kelly Fisher.
Yeah, wing ball flying in with ease. Similar kind of setup as the previous rack. He's got a thinnish, longish cut cue ball. Will be travelling. He might have to play it like a slow spinny type shot because he'd love to get the cue ball in the middle of the table. Because the 2 ball is sat over the middle. This is all about feel and finesse. Oh, he's played it lovely, but where's the cue ball going? Is it going to stop? I'm not so sure at the minute from the overhead if it stopped or not.
I suspect from his body language he's okay. No expressions of exasperation. No, he's okay.
He jumped up a lot on that shot after that. He's not hit that clean. So he's faced with a very thin shot now. I think on this type of shot, you've got a rough idea where the cue ball's going. It's like pinging across. So you just make sure you put your ball here.
Extension called.
As you said before, Phil, Shane uses his extension on the important shots, as we see David call his.
There's something about this tournament, this venue, having the support of so many people here that brings out the very best in David Alcaide.
Again, Phil, we've seen it many times, shy of pace, and at this stage there's no real excuse. They've had matches on the table, they know if it's running a little slower or a little quicker, they should be adapting. Good shot.
I must admit, when Van Boening played so well to take a 3-0 lead, I didn't foresee this.
No, and in the last 2 racks he's played, he has potted some good balls. And they're going in pretty good and all. They're not sort of like falling over the line.
The roar just keeps getting louder and louder, and the reason for that roar is because their man, David Alcaide, is back on level terms. He was 3-0 down. It's now 3-3 with the mighty Shane Van Boening. Game on. The 2017 World Pool Masters champion, David Alcaide, is suddenly on the rise. Could he make it 2 out of 3 years by lifting the trophy? It takes a colossus of the pool world to beat him in this particular venue, and I'm sitting next to his conqueror from last year, Carl Boyes. 8-3 it was, Carl. That must have been a good performance.
Yeah, played pretty good. Now I'm sat next to you, Phil.
I'm not a colossus, I'm more just colossal.
You said it, pal. Now he's made a ball and no pot. Now, first glance, can he play a little stop shot and keep the cue ball kind of behind that orange 5? That tells us he can. You just got to make sure you know where this 1 ball's going, because you don't want it to hit the 4. Maybe it was in the 4, that's why he's played it like that. And this is, I thought it was going to hit the 9 full. Sat right behind it, and you can see a very, very small edge. So it's not too bad for David, that. And this is Shane's first shot since he's missed the carom.
Extension called.
Yes, he's been kept cold. High standard pool in the first 6 racks. 4 of them were break-in run-outs.
Oh, he could see more of that ball than it looked, and he did go for the pot. Good news for Shane, the cue ball has landed on a rail, and that means David
Extension called.
can't really control the cue ball to get over to the 2. What a shot he's attempting here. This is why he's elevating the butt end of the cue, because he's trying to play a stun shot off 2 rails to come back out for the 2. One of the most difficult shots in the game. But what a shot that is! Wow!
Well, I was going to say shot of the match, and then I think I'll extend that and say a candidate for shot of the tournament so far.
Fully agree. That is a naughty, naughty shot. Don't worry about that. would love if the 4 ball did pass the 8. Now, I don't know if it does or if he's tried to play for the 4 in the left middle. He's not too happy with that shot.
Theoretically, it will pot, but there's not a great percentage of the pockets available.
Now he's spinning this cue ball around the world. Needs to avoid the 9 though. That's not too bad. That's a useful nudge.
The 4 there was a much better pot than it looked. Okay, it was from short range, but with the black 8 ball there, that really was in his mind.
And to be fair, Phil, the first shot he had that long 1 ball that he missed by a long way. And since then, he's played some good balls, it has to be said. And yet he has turned this match around.
Just get ready for the latest to Centenary Hall roar. The Spanish pool fans are simply loving this, and with every justification. From 3-0 down, David Alcaide has won 4 racks in succession. What a transformation in fortunes. You can see it in their relative expressions. Van Boening has got a face like thunder.
That 1 ball there, cue ball on the rail, striking down. I can't tell you how hard that shot is. It can make you look like a bit of a fool if you miss it, because you see the 1 ball fly around the table. But he's hit it absolutely plumb.
Even to the extent of getting inside the red 3 ball for position, and then there were still some tests to be passed. The 4 past the 8 I thought was a nifty shot. An extraordinary turnaround. The one thing Alcaide must do is remain focused. This job is far from done.
Yeah, and what's good about this and all is he's not had like sort of easy road map layouts. He's always had to play a couple of good positional shots or pots. SVB.
Rack 8. David Alcaide the break, leading 4 racks to 3.
Half an hour since Shane Van Boening potted a ball, and that drought might well continue here with a successful break. That call qualifies as successful.
Yeah, another good break. Pots a couple of balls. Easy shot on the 1 ball. 2 balls sat there waiting. Problem is the 3 ball. Goes in the right middle. And it also goes in the top left pocket.
Yes, and this is the big conundrum to solve. If he pots the 3, surely another rack will be at his mercy.
Yeah, he's got to play a very good positional shot here. He's only got a small
Extension called.
window to land in. I'm just wondering if he's going to try and screw back and play the 3 in the top left. He's tried to use the gap. If it holds up, it's not bad, you know. He's run on a little bit. Pretty good effort. He did have a bit of angle on the 2. Thought it was a bit straighter. But he's potted some good balls, so you kind of fancy him for this. It's a big shot in the match.
Yes, cutting back into a blind pocket like this is never enviable. Not in doubt. Centre cut. Alcaide inspired.
Yeah, he's looking really strong now. He is. He's potted some great balls. And they're going in clean. Now he's landed a little bit near the 9, but I think he can just hit enough of the cue ball, and the angle looks pretty good, so this won't really trouble him, to be honest. There you see it. What a turnaround we've had here, Phil.
And it was all to do with that one shot selection, which at the time, in fairness to us, we did question.
Yeah, it was definitely airing on, pushing the boat out.
Wanted a little bit more pace on the white there. The 9 should be in, but you never know. The pressure here is really cranked up.
Yeah, and David knows he's potted some good balls, he's cueing well, but he also knows this is an important 9 ball, and we've seen him missed. Today.
Has David Alcaide ever played 5 consecutive racks? As well as that, maybe, but never better. That's for sure. He has been simply outstanding. Every question he's answered with aplomb, and that pot on the 3 ball was the pick of the bunch. Number 8.
What's impressive?
That was the scene on the marina here in Gibraltar, just outside, a short walk away from the Victoria Stadium. The Spanish border to here is so close. A brisk 5-minute walk.
And the airport's pretty
Rack
close
9.
and all. I mean, it feels like
Alcaide a break,
planes
leading
coming
5
in.
racks to 3.
Comes right above our head. Can't stress the importance of this rack for both players. When you're in Shane's shoes, you've got to try and keep your opponent off the hill. But he might not get a shot because the 1 ball's coming round, you know, and it's sitting good. The only thing is, I don't think it's a natural angle to get on the 2. When we say natural angle, we mean pocketing the ball, the natural angle it takes. So he does have to manufacture a shot. Not easy, this one.
Well, it was a 1 ball. He overcut to this pocket in the 2nd rack. That's the only thing
Extension called.
preventing him having a 100% pot success rate. That pot was tougher, it was lengthier, and he was a little taken off, I believe, by a spectator just before he got down for the second time to play that. Right now, hush has descended over the arena. Can he obtain position on the 2?
He might be trying to spin this in and maybe hit the 7. I'll tell you what, he's grabbed into the cue ball there, tremendous. He's really got some action on that.
You saw there the looped bridge, which is adopted quite often in 9-ball pool. Another pressure shot coming up though.
Now the big question, can this 3 sneak past the 5-ball? I think it does.
You're right, Carl, not a full pocket again, but enough to be able to knock it in.
Yeah, not a full pocket, but in 9-ball pool terms, this, at the angle it's coming at, is a big pocket. At that angle, you can't really miss.
Dynamite David.
He just doesn't look like he's going to let up to let SVB back to the table, and this is to get on the hill. Now, we have seen Shane come back from a 6-3 deficit before.
Next week, David Alcaide is going to be doing some commentary on the China Open snooker. If he talks as good a game as he plays, it should be a cracking commentary.
Have we ever seen Shane Van Boening being froze out of a pool match? Not many times, put it that way.
Just keeps running out, and we're running out of superlatives. David Alcaide has hit a peak of form like I've never seen from him before. 6 consecutive racks of pure excellence. Shane Van Boening doesn't know what hit him.
Rack 10, David Alcaide to break, leading 6 racks to 3.
Nigel Rees, the senior referee at the Dafabet World Pool Masters, gives us the score. And it underlines just what a world of trouble Shane Van Boening finds himself in. 6-3 down to David Alcaide. And of course, it's the Spaniard who breaks in rack number 10.
Will SVB get an opportunity to get back in this match. Well, he's certainly getting back to the table, Phil.
Push out called.
And at this stage, I think he's simply relieved about that. He came back from 6-3 down yesterday. We mustn't remember that against Han Yu. But the way David Alcaide is playing, to get back from 6-3 against him, that's an entirely different proposition. That said, though, if he can wrest away the break and get the 6-4 breaking off, who knows?
Reset the clock, please.
Now, what might look like a strange push shot at first glance isn't. That's kind of his route of the path. A couple of rails. Kick this one and keep the cue ball there. Played lovely. Fully intended. That was all about making sure the cue ball stops dead after contact. Leave distance. I did notice Shane didn't even get up to look at the shot. He just said, go ahead.
Extension called.
Now he's going airborne. And he is fully trying to pop the one ball. Asking a lot for position. Cue ball comes over there. Where's the one ball going to finish? Well, 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 he will take that. One thing's for certain, if he's going to come back in this match, he will need a little bit of help.
Well, the pool gods smiled at him there. Of that, there's no doubt.
So he's kicking one rail. He was just trying to hit left-hand side there. And the one ball. Double kissed. Possibly David's turn to have a bit of fortune. Notice Shane's took the extension off his cue because he's playing a full-length jump shot with his playing cue. This is in order to draw the cue ball back up table. Oh, wow, he's gone in off. Alcaide, ball in hand.
No clusters, nothing awkward.
Start the clock.
Shane van Boening closes his eyes. He knows this could be the beginning of the end.
Now there might still be a little bit of life left in this rack because he's got to get on the 2 good. And this looks very good. So that's task 1 completed. He'd love to just be low end of the circle. Yeah, here we go. My circle skills weren't very good there, hence why I said low end. Still learning, Phil.
Thinking on the job, that's called, Carl. Very good. Improvisation. And that's something we've seen from Alcaide in this match. Some of his shot making has been eye-popping. Smelling blood now.
Yep, he's played really solid. And I can't really see much going wrong here. 7 to the 8 ball possibly, but not really. Maybe 8 ball to 9, but again, you just don't see him making an error.
Symmetry going on here. He started the tournament by beating his good friend Francisco Sanchez Ruiz 7-3. Yesterday he overcame the defending champion Niels Feijen 7-3. And now David Alcaide is 3 pots away from a hat-trick of 7-3 victories and another very notable scalp.
Yes, the only slight chance Shane's got is if David lands plumb straight on the 8 ball. That's the only thing he can pray for here. Anything other than straight, and I believe it's game over. Again, could you put it better with your hand?
Well, he's dropped it on a sixpence. His positional play has been superb. His potting has been great. Everything about the match has been simply top-notch.
And it has to be said, he was 3-0 down. And this...
The decibel meter is about to be broken. His fans just loving it. That wasn't only a fantastic victory, it was a fantastic display. One of the best in the history of this tournament, and that is no exaggeration. 7 racks in succession to thwart Shane van Boening. He goes back across the Atlantic, well and truly beaten. David Alcaide 7, Shane van Boening 3.
In a few moments' time. David Alcaide is right here with me. David, yesterday we praised the noise that your supporters were giving you. It was even louder today.
Yes, when I play in this venue, when I have my fan, is totally different. No? They give me a lot of power. I lost 3 down, but I never think I lose this match.
And the good thing is you're back, of course, in the last 4. But this match here against Shane van Boening, the commentators said that you've hit the shot of the tournament so far. We'll see it again here, and just talk us through how good this was and what was going through your mind.
Wow. I make the shot.
It just rolls back perfectly as well for you to continue. So what were you thinking there? Just were you thinking relief or just pure happiness that you'd done that?
When I see the shot, I try what play, safe or make the ball. I check, safe is very tough. I say, okay, focus, try to make the ball and continue for go to 7.
Well, you are excellent. Congratulations.
Thank
in the
you.
semi-finals. You play the winner of our next game, Alex Pagulayan, against Declan Catchy.